Yet, amidst the vertical stone mazes of the north, survival requires an entirely different level of sophistication. Step into the realm of the Inselbergs, where the boundary between the earth and sky is blurred by a spotted phantom. The leopard. In Mozambique, they are not just ghosts of the thicket, they have evolved into true vertical climbing experts. Evolution has forged the muscle and claws that allow them to master upright stone walls as if they were ordinary branches. In these rocky highlands, gravity no longer seems to be a barrier for this ambitious hunter. And this is where instinct meets adaptive intelligence. New science has revealed a unique behavior found only among Mozambique's stone dwellers. The cold storage technique. Instead of expending energy to haul a prize up into sparse trees, leopards at the Inselbergs utilize narrow, deep and cool rock crevices as natural refrigerators. This behavior is an optimal defensive strategy to deal with the persistent attention of hyenas. Between narrow cracks that even the most determined scavengers cannot squeeze through, the leopard's meal is perfectly preserved within the steady temperature of ancient stone. A specific adaptation to the Mozambican terrain, making this hunter the undisputed ruler of the solitary peaks, where explosive power meets the most refined strategic calculation. Far beyond the ways of solitary hunters, the true strength of the savanna lies in an incredibly disciplined and sophisticated organization. Enter the world of the African wild dog. Do not be misled by their wild appearance and mottled coats. You are facing the most democratic social structure on this planet. While most hunters operate under the absolute authority of a leader, the African wild dog has chosen a different evolutionary path. Collective consensus. Biologists in Mozambique have just decoded a remarkable secret in their communication. A decision-making mechanism science calls sneeze voting. Observe a pack of African wild dogs before they set out. It is not a random outburst. As the intent to hunt begins to take shape, a referendum is established. Each sharp sneeze emitted by the members is not a sign of illness, but rather a biological electronic vote. And this is where mathematics meets instinct. The entire pack will not take action until the number of sneezes reaches a specific threshold, a quorum. Once this number is satisfied and everyone is on the same page, an invisible command sweeps through the pack's nervous system, triggering the entire hunting engine into action. This is the most vivid evidence of complex communication among carnivores ever recorded. In Mozambique, democracy is not just a social concept, it is the ultimate advantage that helps the African wild dog achieve the highest success rate in the natural world. One sneeze, one vote, and a systematic resolution. But even the most intricate social structures must eventually yield to an evolutionary pressure far more profound than any other human activity. Look toward the giants of Gorongosa National Park, the African elephant. They are not merely icons of the savannah. They are living proof of a poignant and remarkable biological phenomenon, reverse evolution. During the darker decades of Mozambique's history, a rigorous selective pressure was placed upon this population. The pursuit of ivory did more than simply conclude the journeys of individual members. It rewrote the genetic code of an entire species. The percentage of female African elephants born without tusks at Gorongosa surged from a natural 18% to a staggering 50%. No tusks, no white gold, no remaining reason to be pursued. This is a desperate genetic maneuver to ensure they keep their heads above water. Yet, as their physical form shifts, their role within the ecosystem transforms accordingly. Tusks were originally precision tools for debarking trees and tilling the soil. These tuskless elephants are completely altering their dietary habits, consuming significantly less tree bark. An unexpected ecological outcome emerges. They have unintentionally become the guardians of the open woodlands. By setting aside their most distinguished asset, these giants are allowing the sparse forests a chance to flourish once again. In wild Mozambique, these titans are evolving right before our eyes, shaped not by the slow hand of Mother Nature, but by the intense footprint of humanity. A quiet transformation, an icon being redefined. While the giants are quietly rewriting their genetic code for survival, a prehistoric guardian on Mozambique's sun-drenched western borders is fulfilling a vital mission: face the white rhinoceros. Do not let the thick armor and imposing presence mislead you. This is not merely a heavy grazer. In the eyes of ecologists, they are biological lawn mowers operating with incredible efficiency. Unlike other grazers, the white rhinoceros possesses a distinctive wide mouth structure, allowing them to sweep close to the ground with absolute precision. They do not graze at random, they engineer the landscape. By keeping the grass extremely short, they unintentionally create a strategic defense system for the entire region: natural fire breaks. During the rigorous dry season, when the savanna winds begin to fan spirited flames across the plains, these spaces maintained by the white rhinoceros become essential boundaries. The fire lacks the fuel to spread, coming to a halt right before the threshold of sparse forests and critical biodiversity zones. A silent guardian, a living shield against the sweep of wildfires. In wild Mozambique, the white rhinoceros serves as a prehistoric firefighter. Protecting the soul of this land from the sun's intensity through its persistent presence. A perfect illustration of how their behavior ensures the ecosystem is on the safe side. If the white rhinoceros is the steel shield of the grassland, the next spectral figure we encounter is a venomous arrow gliding across the soil. A name sufficient to make anyone's pulse falter: the Black Mamba. This is the elite track athlete of the reptile world, reaching speeds of 20 kilometers per hour within the confined spaces of the savanna. This is no longer a crawl. It is a swift, unavoidable encounter. But speed is merely the introduction. Within the ink-black maw, the feature that gives this serpent its name, lies a potent chemical collection. Its venom contains dendrotoxin. Consider this a master key protein. It directly engages and secures the potassium channels in the victim's nervous system, causing all biological electrical signals to pause immediately. It does more than cause discomfort. It concludes one's journey by completely dissolving the communication network between the brain and the body.